If you have a heart attack in most places in the U.S., you only have a 30% chance of survival. But here in Bend, 55% of people survive. To find out why people are more likely to live, News Channel 21 met with a survivor and learned about the program he says saved his life.
Feeling on top of the world one moment, and then next thing I was just down on the floor and not breathing.
Larry Bryant is a retired woodland firefighter. He wore many hats in the small communities he served during the 80s, from being a hydrologist to an EMT at a volunteer fire department. But then in 2017, he was the one that needed help.
I was watching Munchin Music downtown and with my girlfriend, and walked back to her home and proceeded to collapse on her living room floor.
Bryant was in cardiac arrest. His girlfriend called 911.
A 911 dispatcher actually paced her, counted for her to do the compressions, and instructed her in just doing compressions without the breathing, and that kept me going long enough until the paramedics could take over.
While Bryant was fighting for his life behind the scenes, the Bend Fire Rapid Response Program had kicked into high gear.
Like all things in EMS, you're kind of on a clock, and that clock may only last 9 to 10 minutes.
Bryant did not know at the time of his heart attack, but Bend Fire and Rescue was part of a program to improve survival rates. It was modeled after a program developed in Seattle. In the first year, the survival rate in Bend doubled, with a focus on getting anyone, even a bystander, performing CPR.
Just go to the center of the chest and start compressing for us. That moves that oxygenated blood around, buying EMS time to get there and do all the kind of advanced life support stuff we do.
The other goal is making every part of the response to cardiac arrest as fast as possible.
So when you're having that worst day in your life, you know, your loved one is down on the ground, that we leverage every piece of the pie that we can to get there as fast as we can and provide the top level of care in the country.
Today, 55% of people treated initially by Bend Fire and Rescue survive, but they're not done trying to improve.
I remember on that Saturday morning when I woke up, was one of my first visitors besides my immediate family was the paramedic that ran the code on me. That kind of impressed me, and so as time went on, I started thinking, well, I can't thank any of these people enough for still being here.
To express his thanks, Bryant now spends his time as a volunteer instructor, teaching others to use the techniques that saved his life. There are monthly free CPR training sessions at Bend Fire's Training Center the first Wednesday of every month. If you'd like to participate or schedule CPR training for your workplace, contact Bend Fire.